Mo Salah has no interest in breaking records.
All he cares about is beating Manchester United. Liverpool go to Old Trafford on Sunday. Salah says getting back to the top of the Premier League is the priority.
We need to stay first in the table, and that's something very important for us.
Marcus Rashford, meanwhile, has been tipped to become the best forward in the world.
Maurizio Sarri claims he hasn't got time to solve Chelsea's problems as they prepare to face Malmo.
And Mesut Ozil has started for Arsenal in their crucial Europa League tie against Bate Borisov. Hello, welcome to Premier League News. One of the biggest fixtures in the football calendar takes place this Sunday as Liverpool head to Old Trafford to take on Manchester United. And we've been speaking to Mo Salah ahead of that match.
The Egyptian forward says he isn't interested in breaking personal goal-scoring records. All he wants is for Liverpool to beat their great rivals and move back to the top of the table, as Simon Crabtree now reports.
Scoring this weekend would make him the fastest to 50 goals for a single club in Premier League history. But in Manchester United, Mohamed Salah faces the only current Premier League team that he hasn't scored against. But as long as Liverpool win, he's not bothered if it stays that way just a little bit longer.
For me, this year the record is not that important. The top scorer it's important, but it never comes number one. The Premier League is number one. If we win like 1-0, 2-3, anyone else score, I don't mind at all. I will be very, very happy. For me, the team now is the most important thing. And I hope I can score 50, 51, 52. I will be very happy, but for me the most important thing is to win the game, because we need to stay first in the table, and that's something very important for us.
The last time these two teams faced each other, Liverpool were in the middle of an 8-match winning streak, while Manchester United sacked Jose Mourinho off the back of that defeat at Anfield. 9 Premier League matches later, and there's a very different feeling about what's to come at Old Trafford.
They are in a good way, and they want to win our game, of course, and they want to stop us from the Premier League title. But that's everyone knows in the world about Liverpool and Man United. But for me, they have a good players. Even before they win last 10, 11 games, they have very good players from the beginning of the season. They have a good team. Everything was not working well with them in the beginning, but now they are winning, so they have a confidence. But in the end of the day, I say we need to win the game. Whoever we play against, we need to win a game.
A positive result would place them back at the top of the Premier League. And whenever Salah has scored for Liverpool this season, they've won. Something they'd happily settle for again this weekend.
Well, Simon is at Anfield for us. You had a good little chat with Salah today, didn't you? What was his mood like going into such a big game?
He's always super polite, he's always truly charming and super relaxed as well at the moment as well. He was telling me about meditation, how he uses to do that. A little bit of solitude helps, and an occasional game on PlayStation as well. It's interesting, isn't it, how he's never scored against Manchester United. And if you combine Firmino and Mane in that as well, 16 Premier League matches against United between them all, only 1 goal and no assists in that time. All 3 of them would dearly love to change that this weekend.
Yeah, just a few days to go until that game. Is there any indication of early team news from Liverpool, Simon?
Well, we know that Virgil van Dijk is available again. He was suspended for that Champions League match, which is good because Dejan Lovren not quite ready to return, is my understanding as well. Jordan Henderson could well make his 300th Premier League appearance, and he had a great game against Bayern Munich. And if Liverpool get any sort of positive result, they will go back to the top of the table. It would be the 19th time this season that the top of the table has changed hands. Andy Robertson knows with City and League Cup action, they've got to take advantage.
Look, it's a big game against Man United. Any game against United's big. Of course, it's a game in hand, so you know, we look forward to that. But look, it's a huge game. Man United are a different team, and you know, they're playing some really good football. So, look, we need to be wary of them. But they know what they're coming up against, and they know they need to be wary of us. So I'm sure it'll be a good game, but hopefully one we can come out on top on.
And of course the build-up continues ahead of the massive match this weekend, but a little bit of news aside. You might remember Jurgen Klopp being charged by the FA over comments that he made about the referee Kevin Friend after the 1-1 draw against West Ham United. He's accepted that charge now, and the FA have levied a fine of £45,000 against him.
OK, good to get that update. Thanks, Simon.
Look at this game coming up this weekend. Yeah, it's Liverpool travelling to take on Manchester United. That should get you opinionated. Let's also point out that it's one of a couple of huge games for Liverpool before they have to go and play that second leg, all to play for against Bayern Munich if either is to make it through to the quarterfinals in the Champions League. In fact, they've both got a testing run, but Liverpool play one game more. You may be tempted not to look beyond Old Trafford, but they do have a Merseyside derby before they play Bayern as well. As for Bayern Munich, well, they've got Mönchengladbach, who are a third, and Wolfsburg in sixth, so they've got some big games towards the top of the Bundesliga before they play Liverpool. Now, as far as the United side of this equation is concerned, who would they want to trip up more than anybody else when it comes to a title race? It's Liverpool, of course, and they've also got form on their side, thumping Chelsea in the FA Cup last time out. Very positive, very bullish. Everything there is geared towards now we're good, now we're going to win stuff again. This Hall Pogba from the Mirror refers to Pogba saying, right, OK, we've got our United back, now we need to start winning stuff. They're very ambitious. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has been talking about the strength in defence. A lot of talk about Rashford and Pogba, of course, but he was happy with, well, it was Smalling and Lindelof last time out. And remember, Mourinho said that there just wasn't a defence at Manchester United. He reckons that maybe that's what they need to sort out. Just a quick aside here, we're not going to talk about this too much right now, but just mark this one up. United do seem very keen on getting hold of Jadon Sancho. Apparently he's valued at over £100 million, I think, right now. Manchester City, curiously, would actually take 15% of any sell-on price because of a clause that they've got in there. Not bad for a club that I think only played him, if I'm not mistaken, once in a League Cup game. Anyway, Mel, we're going to talk about Sancho another time, but I'd really need to talk about Manchester United. We were talking off air about the increasing toxicity when it comes to fans. You know, some United fans would probably see a Liverpool failure as being more of something to celebrate than a United success. But you know where I'm going with this one. Who would have thought it might just be this game that could undermine Liverpool's title hopes? What do you see happening at Old Trafford?
It'll be an interesting encounter because I think what we've seen from Manchester United under Solskjaer has been quite a big emphasis on the counter-attack, pace, fluidity, and I think they lost some of that with Jesse Lingard and Anthony Martial being out. There's not enough variety that if you sort of quell Pogba and Rashford, then you're pretty much, you know, doing a good job there because there's nothing else to worry about. Whereas I think when they had Lingard and Martial, there was so many elements of attack they had and a lot of variety, as I said. So I think Liverpool will think to themselves that it's an easier task now, given those injury concerns for United. And we've still seen a little bit of, you know, while the defence has been talked up, there's obviously been a massive improvement, but you've still seen some cracks there that I think Liverpool will look to exploit.